Beyond despair, I am the guest, I am the host, I am the returning traveler who has ventured beyond the beyond.
And the misty, hopeful eyes, tears of joy, tears of remembrance, remembering heroes, beating hearts of passion and pride.
I feel high. I feel like inspired to go into areas which might have been creative blocks for me, and places where I have had trouble drawing in inspiration, and practicing with this method and seeing what's possible.
I was really experiencing an extremely expansive upwards energy when you were sharing then. It was really interesting.
Wonderful. When you were speaking, it was so passionate, and I couldn't help but be swept into the world of your words. What a big difference from how we started and coming to this part of the process. So much richness and so much creative juice. Look at that smile. That's the smile that made me want to do this whole thing in the first place.
This video shows the entire creative process as Shervin and myself create the title Beyond Despair. There was no pre-planning, everything emerged intuitively and naturally during the process. The social meditations in this video, What is Needed and What Wants to Emerge, were created by Vince Horn. So now we'll move into the title creation process. Yeah, ultimately this is going to be an exercise in listening. It's kind of like an inquiry practice. The social meditations that we'll use for this are, as I said before, what's needed and what wants to emerge. What is needed?
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 Introspection.
Empathy.
Deep expression.
Dialogue.
Wisdom.
Forthrightness.
Teaching.
Grounding.
Common sense.
Faith.
Respect.
Kept promises.
Integrity.
Oneness.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that concludes, I'll just pause this. So that concludes our what is needed expressions. And now we'll go on to do what wants to emerge in the same way. The question that we pose in this instance is, what wants to emerge? And this is from the context of our, what wants to come out of us, or the space that we're in, the energy that we're feeling, like a kind of a creative emergence. It doesn't need to be related to what's needed. It can be, but there's no requirement. And we do exactly the same format. So question for a minute and then answering for a minute. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What wants to emerge?
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 Sparks of inspiration.
Feelings that get in touch with the underlying experience.
Peaceful space.
Having my hand held through the storm.
Compassionate leadership.
Followers who are willing to truly allow and accept.
Green shoots of renewal.
Faith that there is magic around the corner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I completely forgot to record that.
Oh no! Well, you have it on the recording.
You got it on there.
That's good.
So, let's jump into, we have the what wants to emerge. And so, in terms of the last one, what wants to emerge, what's alive for you from the expression there?
It's having my hand held through the storm. You also said compassionate leadership and hope. There was something about peace that you said.
Peaceful space.
Peaceful space. Yeah.
Compassionate leadership. Green shoots. So we've got empathy, deep expression, common sense, faith, respect, kept promises, integrity, oneness.
Could we add forgiveness there?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big one that's been missed.
Normally when I do that, it makes them into individual things themselves. And Ah, there we go. Perfect. So our first task, the aim now is that we've kind of exploded out all the what's needed, and we just want to try and boil these down into, like, I just guess collections of them, sort of like categories, so that we can kind of draw out the primary direction that's coming from these what's needed ones. Okay. So as you look at them, which ones immediately feel like they could be grouped together under a primary?
Respect, integrity seem to be, they can be grouped together.
Which one would you think is the primary? Do you feel like the primary?
That's hard, I'm not sure. Maybe respect.
Yeah, because I think in a way that's an outgoing thing.
Yeah.
And so then what we'll do is we just like arrange them like this on here. So you feel free as well to just grab anything that you and touch and drag it into place.
I would say that this would go here.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe forthrightness comes down here. Into respect and integrity.
Yeah.
So it feels like the introspection and the faith would come together. And the empathy, wisdom and teaching seem like they would come together.
I was really feeling at the teaching point, I was really feeling this kind of like the fact that teaching was like an active, sort of like almost a forthright kind of way of sharing wisdom. So like a real active masculine element to it.
I see.
Feeling strongly.
So it would be more like teaching as in like a model of learning, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, and like setting an example, a teaching.
Setting an example.
Yeah.
Setting an example. Example setting. That may come under here, no?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I thought it was related to forthrightness.
Right.
Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Does wisdom align with these ones then?
I think it's different.
Now I'm feeling a link between, which one did you say about going with introspection?
I thought introspection was something that would go with
faith. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a personal.
So that would be like, faith would be the lead one there.
Yeah. What do you think? Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe wisdom works on those two, or no?
Definitely.
Or is that a separate one?
Because that's kind of like the wisdom, the internal wisdom that you find, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. It's very internal. Now, what about empathy? Because that could be in a couple of places. Do you think it goes with the deep expression and the dialogue?
Definitely think it goes with the dialogue.
Yeah.
Do you think it's, so like it would go here, so deep expression would stay as the primary one?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like grounding is being kind of linked in that way.
And with deep expression. Dialogue, empathy, and grounding, like the expression itself grounds things.
I think so, yeah. The depth of it, the sort of the grounded.
Yes, yeah, you can put that there. Seems like common sense goes with respect.
Definitely, I was thinking exactly that.
Do you think forgiveness is its own expression that comes with oneness?
It's really interesting.
Its own operative?
Because it could be related to respect.
Right.
And it could also be related to faith as well. I mean, if you have respect, do you necessarily have forgiveness? Not necessarily, but
it's like, to me, the oneness has to do with kind of moving beyond our differences, moving beyond what separates us. And I feel like sometimes, forgiveness is one of those things that it's kind of a necessity for that to happen.
yeah. So do you think oneness is actually the primary one that forgiveness goes into?
It could be either way.
Yeah.
I could see either one, but I could see them two being linked together.
Should we do this?
Yeah. You know what could also work is peace, which these two kind of branch out of.
Yeah, let's do that. And in a way, it feels like deep expression and these kind of come from within peace as well.
Yeah.
Do you think that works?
Deep expression. Yeah, as a form of let me see, deep expression, like being able to share in such a way that is peaceful, that doesn't need to involve violence. I'm not sure. Maybe it stands on its own, Bobby.
Because as we get smaller with these, the idea is that we come to a place where it's like we almost have a phrase that summarizes what's come together in these. And one of them I'm thinking, which kind of summarizes what you just said, is like the peace of deep expression.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just going to put those together in that way, see how it looks. So sort of like peace of deep expression. And I wonder if, I mean,
what about peace from deep expression?
Yeah. Peace from deep expression. And now this is making me feel like faith is actually part of deep expression here.
Could be.
Does that resonate with you?
Yeah. And that when we express it that way, right?
Yeah. And then like respect, integrity, forethought, kept promises, common sense, teachings. Like teaching, I guess, could be the deep expression. It could also be the forthrightness. And kept promises, common sense, and integrity feel a bit like peace now.
Peace from deep expression, where faith and respect is the teaching.
Faith and respect as a teaching. I feel like that's powerful enough for us to...
Peace from deep expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily our title, because we still need to synthesize the what wants to emerge stuff as well.
It's just a little piece that we found. So
yeah.
far.
That's our like what's needed is peace from deep expression.
I love that.
Wicked. So I'll just put it in here. It feels really powerful. I am almost thinking that could be a title if we so desire. If we can't find anything, nothing better emerges, then that's
still on its own.
Yeah.
Potent.
Yeah. So there's that. And now we're kind of going to do a similar exercise with these. Obviously, we don't have quite so many to work with, but interestingly enough, we've already got peaceful space here.
Yes.
So that kind of...
You think that kind of merges it all together? Peaceful space for deep expression?
I guess, well, let's see. Like if you hold someone's hand through the storm, you kind of help them have peace. Maybe the storm they're going through is a metaphor for deep expression.
If I'm going through the storm, what kind of... Again, faith is also part of this one, huh?
Yeah, which is interesting.
Faithful things will be okay. Leadership.
And we don't necessarily need to relate these to this one. We can like create their own own synthesis
Yeah.
themselves.
So it certainly seems that the green shoots kind of represent hope for me.
Yeah.
The hand held through the storm is like the kind of the dark night of the soul, looking into the horizon, looking for the hope. Where is the hope? Where are those green shoots? How do we unearth those green shoots? How do we locate them? What do we need? Like the kind of the compass points are the compassionate leadership and the faith. And what we're looking for is the peaceful space and that hopeful culmination of these, these possibilities, the better possibilities, the alternative possibilities other than conflict. And that's where we want to go, is that place, that space where the green shoots, the new beginnings are possible.
So what just came into my head was supporting towards hope.
Yes. Supporting towards hope.
I'll just write that down. I don't know if it's fully right, but supporting.
Guiding.
Oh, guiding, yes.
Guiding towards hope.
Oh, I love that. Guiding towards hope. Because that's holding your hand through the storm. That's compassionate leadership. That's
the green shoots themselves. That's the kind of the destination.
Yeah.
Well, it's never really one, because it's kind of like we want to aim for that, right? We want to locate where that's possible, and the faith things will be okay.
The only question in my mind is that, like, hope necessarily isn't a destination. I think it's something that you can hold right now, even in a bad situation.
Yeah, that was kind of the point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
Was that that it's even if it is a destination, it's like you hold that as your vision, even though it may not be something that is attainable or tenable. That holding it in your vision is the important thing, right? So it's like where we want to aim for, where we want to direct our energy towards, like creating a Bali rice field rather than a devastated outcome, even though it may not in reality be there, but that we want to create that sense of peace and calm. How can we do that?
Guiding as hope just came to me. Guiding as hope, or
guiding as hope. Yeah, that's nice. Guiding as hope, or the guidance of hope.
Yeah.
We want to feel held. We want to have hope that there is something that is grander at work here that can create the seeds of resolution through the conflict, where the green shoots will grow.
The element that I'm really feeling strongly is this sort of like the strength of that, the guidance, that sort of like real, strong, kind of almost referring a bit more to the teaching aspect before this, like this is your guidance, and the not necessarily certainty, but strength of it. I think.
Yeah, like a way to keep us kind of grounded and anchored together. Guidance. A blueprint of hope.
Yeah.
A model of hope.
Modeling hope.
Modeling hope. I like that, modeling hope.
Yeah, me too. So let's take these and put these together with this.
That would be a great runway show, wouldn't it?
I was just thinking about
modeling
that.
hope, having these people with some fashion designers get in on the whole act of peace.
Yeah.
Modeling hope.
Modeling hope. That was my only hesitance from using the word modeling, because I immediately thought of that. But it's okay, because this isn't our title. So like, so what we have is peace from deep expression in terms of what's needed, and then what wants to emerge is this new modeling of hope. And so how can the next challenge is like, how can we bring these into a sentence together? So like we synthesize those two.
So we want to say that in the midst of the despair, we can find peace. Through deep expression.
Yes. Let's write that down, because that's pretty much summarized it. I'm really feeling that very strongly.
We can find peace through deep expression.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, that feels good.
So I think we've landed on, like, ultimately this is what our driving energy for our creation today is.
Okay.
The only final step really is to boil it down into like 2 or 3 words that we can use as a effective and convenient anchor, or like a title, basically.
Okay.
I'm just going to put down the main words. So it's despair, peace,
deep expression. Beyond despair, or peace beyond despair.
Peace beyond
peace amidst despair.
I love beyond.
Yeah.
But your
peace beyond all despair.
Peace beyond all despair. Yeah. That feels peace beyond all despair. So I think this is such a powerful energy, but then the intention of this is something that we can just say quickly and easily.
Yeah, and as a title.
Right. Peace beyond all despair. Peace beyond, but I think peace beyond despair would probably be it would be a bit easier to say.
That's fine by me too. If you want to make it shorter.
Peace beyond,
or even just beyond despair.
Yeah, beyond despair.
Beyond despair.
Yes. And what I love about, didn't mean to shout that bit. What I love about that is it leaves the door open for more than peace as well.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And it's it kind of becomes personal and also global simultaneously.
Yeah.
That's right. Beyond despair. Good job.
Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Beyond despair. Because I also like that without the peace there, it's sort of the beyond almost takes on that, like, what was it before that I felt had that strength to it? Guidance. Beyond guidance. It sort of got that like assertive beyond despair.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our
cool.
title.
Nice going.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was good, huh?
Yeah.
What a great process.
Thank you.
It's really, really clever the way you merge all these different concepts together in a way that makes sense, and that, you know, kind of locks them together, and then can set them apart, and then you piece them. It's like a jigsaw puzzle that we create on our own. You know, of our own pieces and our own, mixing and matching.
And I wonder if you notice this, because quite often we'll like, when we put some pieces together, quite often I'm sort of like, oh, I'm not like feeling it too deeply, but then what I feel it still takes with it is an energy. So even though like the words don't describe exactly what we want, it still holds that energy for us.
And then we play with it until it dings. Right?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, awesome. It's a really, really awesome system.